So when you're designing your ideal client avatar, and see, when I first learned this, I didn't understand it. It took me a couple of years. See, when COVID hit 2020, right when 2020, when everything shut down, you was trapped in the house, and I was studying, and I was learning how to make these beats online, and I was following this guy named Gabe Schilling. But I was also got introduced to this cat named Russell Brunson. Russell Brunson has this thing called a Dream 100. All right? So what you do is you build your avatar. And one of the things that they tell you to do is go to the places where your avatar is located. So once you go to where your avatar is located, you will understand exactly. Because see, once you start making comments, you start posting all of this and all of that, check the comments on your posts, read your DMs, look at what questions people are asking in these groups, like Facebook, Reddit threads, YouTube comments, Amazon reviews, in your niche. Trust me, man, Amazon's gold. People tell you exactly what their problem is, what they tried, and what didn't work. Now that's your content calendar, right? All right, so let me say this. Here's what I did when I started switching over from Solopreneur Chronicles and started building out podcasts for profits. I looked at every person I'd ever talked to, been around, coached. I ran through or tried to run through every conversation. And I do mean every. I'm stuck on one moment. And I turned those real life problems into episodes. See, I wasn't growing fast enough. I didn't know how to position myself with magnetic message. I was seeing people who was putting podcast episodes out or YouTube videos, they monetizing the crap out of this stuff. Here I am, I got good content, and I ain't getting no cake. What's the problem? But that's when I knew how to talk about, client generation, monetization, messaging mindset. Because I wasn't guessing, I started listening. And when I say I started listening, I took what I learned from Gabe Schilling and Russell Brunson on this February night in 2020 and started asking questions. Because see, I started podcasting in 2017. My very first podcast, man, listen, I had Blueberry, I had I can't think of the website I used, Stitcher. Stitcher's where I was sending my podcast to. But Blueberry was the app that allowed me to put it on this particular website. Everybody was using it at the time. It slips my mind right now. So, look, hey, so don't hate. All right. But here's the thing. When you create a content based on what people actually are struggling with, your content itself doesn't just get views. It gets shared. It gets saved. It gets you sent to a friend with a, yo, you need to hear this. This is how you grow. That's the algorithm nobody's talking about, and that's the human algorithm. The one where people, your peers, do the marketing for you because your content hit them differently. See, there's a 3-step formula that we need to give you. And it's called the 3-part listen lock-in. All right? The 3-part listening lock-in. Now, number one is you want to call out their pain. Name the exact problem they're facing and be very detail-oriented and specific. You're posting every day, but your audience isn't growing. Hits way harder than you better. Listen, man, your content's way better than that. So you have to figure that out. You can hit them where you want to hit them and call out their pain. And then the second part is show them the shift. Give them a new way to see the problem, a reframe, a perspective they didn't have before. And you know what that's called? That's called value. Give them the next step. Don't overwhelm them. Don't give them 47 things to do. Give them one thing that they can do today that moves the needle. That's it. Pain, shift, step. Pain, shift, step, man. Step. PSS. Okay?